US president just shared a fake video of another former president getting arrested. AI generated, hyper-realistic, wildly controversial. And it wasn't a meme. It was a political message. This is not satire. This is 2025. In July 2025, Donald Trump, former president, 2024 runner-up, and perhaps the most controversial figure in modern US politics, posted a video on his Truth Social platform. It showed Barack Obama, his predecessor and longtime political rival, being arrested by federal agents and thrown into a jail cell. But it wasn't real. It was AI. An artificial intelligence-generated deepfake that blurred the lines between fantasy and political weaponry. In the video, Obama stands behind a podium, delivering one of his signature lines. "No one is above the law." Suddenly, the screen cuts to FBI agents storming the Oval Office, placing him in handcuffs, and marching him away, orange jumpsuit and all. The message? Bold, theatrical, and calculated. But let's be clear, this wasn't a leaked video or some fan-made parody. This was reshared by Trump himself to his 6.4 million followers on Truth Social. It came days after former presidential candidate and now Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, made explosive claims that the Obama administration tried to orchestrate a coup against Trump back in 2016. Suddenly, the pieces connected. The video wasn't just entertainment, it was retaliation. To fully understand why this video matters, we need to step back and examine the state of American politics in 2025. This isn't just about Obama, or Trump, or AI. It's about trust, manipulation, and how the truth itself is now up for grabs. Let's begin with the power of artificial intelligence. In the past year alone, deepfake technology has exploded. No longer limited to grainy glitches and awkward lip syncs, today's deepfakes are nearly indistinguishable from real footage. Every eyebrow twitch, every shadow, every vocal tone perfectly generated. Videos like this one can no longer be dismissed as obvious fakes. They feel real. And when a former president uses that technology not to mock, but to suggest criminal justice should be served, it sends shockwaves, it creates doubt, it fuels belief systems, it can influence elections. But that's only part of the story. Tulsi Gabbard's recent revelations set the stage. In an unexpected move, she submitted classified intelligence reports to the Department of Justice, claiming that senior officials from Obama's administration knowingly fabricated evidence in the Trump-Russia collusion case. If true, this would represent a historic abuse of power, one that reshaped global politics and public opinion for nearly a decade. According to Gabbard, it wasn't just dirty politics, it was treason. And that accusation didn't fall on deaf ears. Trump seized the moment. This isn't the first time Trump has pushed the boundaries of media. Throughout his career, from fake news to rigged elections, he's consistently used shock tactics to shift narratives. But this time, he went beyond headlines. He used hyper-realistic artificial intelligence to paint his enemies in orange jumpsuits. Why? Because visuals stick. Studies show that people are more likely to remember visual content over audio or text. In the age of short attention spans and algorithm-driven feeds, a 15-second deepfake video can be more persuasive than an hour-long testimony. It doesn't just tell a story, it shows one. That's the power Trump tapped into. He didn't just tell Americans that Obama broke the law. He showed them what it might look like if justice were served, even if it was fake. And for millions of his supporters, that imagery was more convincing than any courtroom drama or FBI report. The response to Trump's AI video was as polarized as the country itself. Republican figures and MAGA supporters saw it as poetic justice, digital retribution for years of what they perceive as corruption and lies from the Democratic elite. To them, it wasn't just a video, it was a symbol, a what-if, that reflected their belief that Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and other high-ranking Democrats were never held accountable. Conservative commentators praised the video as visionary, claiming it opened the public's eyes to how justice should look. Some even suggested it wasn't far off from what might happen if Republicans win control of both the presidency and Congress again. But the Democrats? They were furious. Former Obama aides condemned the video as dangerous propaganda, warning that it could incite real-world violence. Prominent Democrats and media outlets accused Trump of normalizing political deepfakes, arguing that weaponizing AI for personal revenge is a step toward authoritarianism. The Biden administration issued a formal statement calling the video reckless and inflammatory, while emphasizing the growing threat of AI disinformation ahead of the 2026 midterms. And they're right to be concerned. The timing of the video just months before the next major election was no accident. It was strategic. Trump isn't on the ballot, but his influence is everywhere. Every Senate race, every House seat, every gubernatorial contest, it's all colored by the looming shadow of Trumpism. This video, it was a rallying cry. There's another layer here, one that hasn't been widely discussed in the mainstream media. And it's this: the Epstein files. Just before the Obama AI video exploded online, Trump's own name resurfaced in the sealed documents related to Jeffrey Epstein's private island and alleged sex trafficking network. Questions were raised. Speculations flared. Was Trump involved? Was he trying to change the narrative? Some political analysts argue that the release of the Obama video was a calculated distraction. With public attention pivoting toward Obama and the coup claims made by Gabbard, Trump effectively pulled the media away from his own controversies. This is a classic political move: create a bigger story to bury your own. And in the digital era, where attention is currency, it worked. Major outlets covered the AI video for days. Social media was ablaze. And the Epstein noise? It faded. Whether or not Trump orchestrated this for that reason, only he knows. But the result was clear. Trump regained control of the headlines. Perhaps the most terrifying element of all this is not the video itself, but how people responded. Surveys conducted after the video's release showed that nearly 22% of self-identified conservatives believed the footage was real. Another 38% said it was fake but should become true someday. In other words, wishful thinking is replacing objective reality. This is the danger of deepfakes. They don't need to fool everyone. They just need to reinforce existing beliefs. When viewers already think someone is guilty, seeing them arrested on screen, even in a fake video, feels satisfying. Justified. True enough. And that's the core threat. AI content doesn't have to be accurate. It just has to be emotionally convincing. Social media algorithms pick up on engagement, not truth. And what gets more engagement than a former president being arrested? As we look ahead to the 2026 elections, one question dominates. Will AI decide the outcome? If a 15-second video can shift the national conversation in 48 hours, imagine what a coordinated deepfake campaign could do. With tools like Sora, 11 Labs, and Runway GEN3, anyone can create photorealistic content. Add in political motives, misinformation strategies, and foreign interference, and you have a perfect storm. Election watchdogs are sounding the alarm. The Federal Election Commission is drafting emergency guidelines for deepfake disclosures. Social platforms like Meta and TikTok are promising more transparency. But enforcement is spotty at best. And when a political figure as influential as Trump embraces the technology himself, it sets a precedent. What's allowed now will be normalized tomorrow. This isn't just a story about Trump or Obama. It's about how democracy adapts to a world where fiction is indistinguishable from fact. And the scariest part? Most voters won't know or care what's real. In an age where AI can rewrite reality, and political rivals are portrayed in handcuffs at the click of a button, one truth remains. We are entering an era where perception is more powerful than proof. Will voters demand accountability or just viral content? This isn't just about one video. It's about the future of trust, media, and democracy itself. Belle, if this story shocked you, informed you, or made you think, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more eye-opening investigations. Because in 2025, the truth might just be the biggest illusion of all.